I'm down with all excuses and with
Hey, this is Matthew from Metal Gods Meltdown, and today I am joined by...
Hi everyone, here is Sue from the Hellfreaks.
I absolutely love your new album, Pitch Black Sunset, but
Thank you so much.
It doesn't get released until the 14th of April. Are you getting really impatient now?
Yeah, it's tell me. We've recorded the album, I don't know, like we finished the recording a year ago or something like that. Wow. So actually, we finalized the album last year in June. So you can imagine how hard it is for us to be that patient. But at least we could already reveal some singles from the album that makes me like, that's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm guessing Chaos, which is a pure adrenaline-fueled workout, isn't it? I mean, is that like just getting all the energy out and like, yeah, we're there now? Was that how it was?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm a bit afraid of how this is going to work on a stage because, as you said, this is like it's the energy bomb song, and it's actually a tricky song to play and to sing. So, but I just can't wait to show it. But yeah, that's going to be pretty tough. I have to go a bit more to the gym to manage that one.
Yeah, I was going to say, just get yourself to the gym every day. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's like an anthem as well, isn't it? I mean, is that going to be a song you'd probably play at the end of your set, like the last one?
Oh, you never know how this is going to be. I mean, every time when we are releasing a single, we have, of course, some expectations how it's going to turn out, but it's never like we thought. So you never know what's going to be like the big last one. But we always try to put songs which has a kind of sing-along vibe at the end of the set, but never say never. Maybe it's going to be the one.
Cool. And of course, it's your 5th album, and it's definitely your heaviest to date, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Was it hard to like decide what songs to go onto the album? Because I'm guessing you would have had like a backlog of music going through COVID and that you would have been working on stuff, have you? Or
well, it's we were in a quite bad situation with the last album, which was the 4th album, God on the Run, because when we just released that one, actually we just could do like I think 4 or 5 shows from our release tour, and that's all. And after that the world stopped, so there was actually no option for us than doing anything else than start to write new music. And I mean, I like to write music, so it's not like a bad thing. but we started to focus quite early after the last album on new songs. And first it was a bit, I would say like a bit tricky to know where we should go, because everyone who knows the Hellfreaks, not one album is like the other. We like to change things and we like to experiment things. I am personally, I really like heavy music. So for me, it was like a relief to do now something like this, because I'm in the last 3-4 years or even more, I started to learn the new screaming techniques that I haven't done before. So for me, it was like perfect to be now again in the songwriting phase, so that I can start to use these screaming techniques that I learned. And I mean, we are very different people in the band, so it was it wasn't out of question. It was clear that we're going to do something between punk and between hardcore and between metal. The question was just which is going to be in a bigger portion as a spice on the music. So for me, it came quite naturally that we're doing some heavy things, also because of the lyrics, also because of the thoughts that I had and that I wanted to share. So for me, that was like a perfect natural process. I was just lucky that the guys had like the same feelings about writing the instrumental part.
Yeah, that's kind of lucky, because as a band you have evolved, haven't you, a lot, from going back to the Boogeyman song. I was listening to that earlier. Oh my God,
that's crazy. I mean, you have to imagine that was 14 years ago. 14 years.
Yeah.
I was actually finishing high school when we started to put together this band.
Right.
So, I mean, I know a lot of people know us because of from that era, but I grew up. It's really, I'm just not a teenager anymore.
Yeah.
I grew up and I wanted to do new things. So, yeah, we had a crazy wild ride, and you even know that we had like a split in the band in 2014 when we thought that, okay, we're going to stop the whole thing and it has no more sense to do this. And back then, that was like the moment when we decided, when we came back because of an invitation to the USA, that was the moment when we decided, okay, we're going to do our music, but we're not going to fit desperately in any genre. We're going to do whatever we want to do and what we feel like. And since that moment, that was also 10 years ago. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Okay, 9 years. Oh, just
Insane.
9 years. It's not a decade, just 9 years. Fine. So, and since then, it's like that. Every album is a bit different, and I'm very proud of that. I love that.
Yeah. Well, it's good to be a bit eclectic and a bit different, isn't it? But this new album is like, I'd rate it up with Ginger. I mean, are you a fan of Ginger yourself?
Yes, I really like Ginger, but I don't really see like I don't think that we have a lot common in our music. But even though I love that band.
Brilliant. So would he be having a release party? And if you do, would he be doing like a live stream?
We're not really fans of live streams, to be honest. COVID killed kind of like the live stream vibe, or I don't know, everyone was forced to do live streams, of course. And I mean, I see that it's a solution, but I'm like, if we do a live show, it should be live. You should go there. So we're still working out to do a tour and to play at least around Europe, and we really want to go. So I just, yeah. So if we are in your area, just come and see us live, because that's the point of the whole story.
It is, man. Keep
Yeah.
music alive. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah. So at the minute then, you're still like getting your plans together for tours. Have you got any festivals lined up or anything yet?
We have right now, what we know or what I can share is not much, because actually we have some festivals that I can't reveal right now. What I can reveal is a German festival, and we're going to play in Czech Republic in May. We're going to have something in June. So it's not much that I can reveal, and we're still working on it. But I have to be very honest with you. Since COVID, it is very difficult for bands like us to go on road. It's so much more difficult than it was. That it's important to me that people know that we would love to go everywhere. We would love to play. Actually, I would love to play all the year, but it's so often it's really just not manageable. So we try. We really try, because that's what we want. We want to show our music live everywhere, but it's a bit more tricky than in the past.
Definitely. I mean, I was chatting to another musician a few days ago, and they were saying, even established bands are struggling, and even having to set up their own backline themselves because they
but to look like, I even understand the club owners. I mean, a lot of clubs had to close, especially for example, here in our country, in Budapest, in the city where we live. There are almost no clubs where we can go. It's crazy. There are like 3 clubs that are an option for us, and we are talking about a city with 2.5 million people. It's a big city.
Yeah.
And all the small clubs had to close. And of course there are a few big clubs, but we have to be realistic. We're not gonna fill a club with more of 1,000 capacity. It's just it's just not realistic, So it's really tricky to make something these days, also in our own country, but also in other countries, because all the club owners, and I do understand that, all the club owners want to be sure that they get a full house. So who are they going to ask? The old established bands who really can guarantee that.
Absolutely. Okay, then. So let's go back to your earlier days. And when you first formed the Hellfreaks, can you remember the first time you ever stood on the stage and how it felt to have people watching you? Were you petrified?
I do remember. I was so Hellfreaks wasn't the first band, just the first band as a singer. Before that, I played in a I don't know, I would say it's a surf psychobilly punk band. I played drums, whatever. I was really bad, but I enjoyed it. That's the main story. But I was used to go on the stage, and I was also used to go in front of many people, because I was a part of a team which did acrobatic and basketball mixing, and we toured all around the world and do like halftime shows. So it was like, I don't know, I would say the male answer for cheerleading or something like that. So I was used to stand in front of an audience. So I wasn't afraid of that, but I wasn't used to talk with the audience. So I remember that I wasn't afraid to sing, but I was very afraid about talking between the songs. So I do remember that was kind of shocking. but yeah, I'm normally I'm not really nervous. Actually, I'm absolutely not nervous going on a stage because I really enjoy it.
Cool, that's brilliant. You get the adrenaline rush before you get on then, so that's cool. Yeah. Okay, so going back to the album, would it be releasing any more singles before release date? And can you give us a little bit of feedback about the album cover, because it's quite interesting, it's different.
Yeah. So we have so far at this moment when we're having this interview, we've released 3 singles already. All Tomorrows, Hit Me Where It Hurts, and Chaos. Until the album is going to get released, we're releasing 2 videos, actually 2 singles. One before the album is released and one on the day when the album is released. But if this wouldn't be enough, we still have one more music video that we recorded and that we are going to release after the album is out. I don't know the actual date right now, but there is so much more to come still right now, and that makes me super happy and super excited because, as I said, we had to show so much of a patience from our side that it's just a relief that we can show now what we worked on so long. And about the album cover. So actually, the whole album is focused on opposites. I would say so just so that you see the whole story. It was written when COVID was still very actively around in our life. It was written when just in our neighborhood a war started, because Ukraine is just the neighbor country of Hungary. And here in Hungary, we're still facing a very crazy inflation of more than 20%. So you can imagine, So life sucks now. Sorry for saying that. It's really difficult. It's very difficult. I have never been in circumstances like now that make life so difficult for us. And of course, I think it's just normal that when things like this happen around you, you start to look into your inner self, okay, how I'm going to get over this? What is the part in my life? What is really important for me? And what is the things that I should just overcome because actually it's not important? So it's a bit about self-reflection in this album, and there is a lot about opposites, about the younger and the older generation, about Eastern and Western culture, about chaos and harmony, and also about life and death. So there is also a song which is about the darkest corner of mental health. Really, it's a ballad about depression. So it's quite dark, but on the other side, as I said, it's about the opposites. So that's why the darkness and the light came together in an album cover like that, where you can see a sunflower placed in the middle of a very dark room.
Yeah.
So this is the story how it came together. But time to time, it's also like the concepts sometimes just happen because actually I just ran randomly on Instagram into that photo of a small German photographer who isn't even that well known, and I just thought, okay, I'm going to write her what she thinks if we could use it for the album cover. And she was so nice and so awesome, and she said, yeah, of course, let's do it. So we just did a little changements for the album cover, and that's how it turned out as the cover. But it really just happened as an accident that I found that photo of that sunflower, and that it was really just made by the smaller photographer so that we could use it. So it's amazing.
That is absolutely amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Love that story. Okay. Sorry, it's my cat with its tail sticking. Sorry.
I have, just so that you know, I have 4 cats, so I know that.
I've got 2. I've got a little black cat who's just been spayed, and so she's got a cone on. She's not happy. She's sat over.
No.
And Dio, whose tail you just saw, was just he's a big cat. He was sat there. So, but yeah, cat mad.
I have like one tabby cat. I have 2 black and white tuxedo cats, and I have 1 British short hair cat.
Oh, so cool.
He's the elegant one.
That's so cool. Okay. Okay, so next question then. If there was a song about yourself, what would it be called?
This is unfair. This question is I think Chaos would be called. No. You know why this question is unfair is because when you write, or when I write lyrics, all the songs and all the lyrics are like very honest pieces of myself, and I sit there for weeks or some time to time for months till I can finalize the lyrics. And this is like the way how I write the lyrics is for me the best way that I can express myself. So when I put down something in the best way that I can express myself, and then you come and tell me, now say it in another way, it's like impossible, or I just can actually fuck it up. So, yeah. So I will stick to Chaos, okay?
I like that. That's good. That would be mine, man. Okay. Next one. Can you give me 4 words then to describe the Hellfreaks?
4 words. Okay. Very energetic. So energetic. It's a genre mix. And now I just have 4 more. 2 more. That's crazy. I can't. It's punk and it's metal and it's hardcore and it's pop and it's alternative and it's modern and it's old school.
It's everything. Yeah.
Okay, just
love it.
It's energetic. I think that's what I can say. That's just 1 word. Okay.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's cool. Love it. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time today. Do you have any final words for your fans, our viewers and listeners?
So, as I already revealed, there's still so much happening around us. So I would really appreciate if you guys would go to our social channels and follow us and subscribe. And we appreciate it very, very much if you get in touch with us, because so often it happens, and it really, it's the best thing when someone get in touch with us and tell us what they feel when they hear our music. It means the world to us. So please do that. Get in touch with us and stay with us. And I hope to see many of you on tour soon.
I'm done with all excuses and with